Yeah, you guys saw this title right, and I'm either about to be very controversial, or I think you might agree with me. Multiverse of Madness was not very good. In fact, I would go as far as to say it's probably my least favourite film in the MCU. In terms of properties, What If was probably worse. I've got videos on that if you want to see them. But yeah, today I want to talk about why Multiverse of Madness, to me, was a complete failure on most levels. Oh, full spoilers by the way, don't watch this video if you haven't seen it, or do, and get it spoiled for yourself. Now first of all, I think it's important to talk about the cameos. Where were they? Now yes, was I expecting the completely wrong film? Maybe. But the whole point of doing a multiverse story is using the possibilities the multiverse creates. The film's called Multiverse of Madness, and instead we get the multiverse of mediocrity. Seriously, was that the best pun you could have come up with? Look, maybe I was wrong to expect Tobey Maguire again, and Hugh Jackman, and Deadpool, and all these cool characters. Maybe I was wrong to expect that much. But it feels clear that they had an idea for a story, which we'll get onto, and then thought, oh wait, people are expecting cameos, and just added in one scene just to bash out a load of cameos. It also doesn't help that the marketing spoiled most of these cameos. I'd say the three big cameos that were gonna interest me the most were Patrick Stewart, Peggy Carter, and John Krasinski. 2 out of those 3 were revealed in the marketing. So obviously, if 2 of the big 3 cameos have been revealed, plus obviously we already knew the Captain Marvel variant was going to be in there, we only really got 2 surprises, and the film can't control this, but John Krasinski was leaked. I know they can't control John Krasinski's cameo being leaked, but seeing as that literally just left Black Bolt, who, as a not really a comic person, I don't really care about the Inhumans or Black Bolt. In terms of cameos, that's awful. You know, I swear I heard in an interview Patrick Stewart talking about how he didn't really want to come into the MCU or had talked to Kevin Feige and had said no to coming into the MCU because he didn't want to ruin the end of Logan. Honestly, I disagreed with him at the time. After seeing that, I wish I'd rather hadn't seen that cameo because Professor X just didn't do anything cool. Oh yeah, and the cherry on top, Reed Richards, the smartest man in the room, being really stupid.
Black Bolt could destroy you with one whisper from his mouth.
The smartest man alive.
What mouth?
I know I've been going on about the cameos for a while now, but just when sci-fi does this idea of alternate universes and multiverses so well, or like most of the science fiction TV shows I grew up loving have done this concept and done it well, and the fact that Marvel, the entire MCU, couldn't pull off the multiverse? Ugh. Especially as we've been building up to it, you know, it was promised that WandaVision and then Spider-Man and also Loki and What If ended up feeding into the idea of multiverse, and we really got to a good level at No Way Home, and you're thinking, this is supposed to be the pinnacle, wow, the way they're going to deal with the multiverse here, and then we just don't get any cameos. Aside from cameos, for Multiverse of Madness, we don't visit many multiverses, do we? We visit 3. And that's including our Earth. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I've magically forgotten some. I saw the film about a week ago. So we had our Earth, the Illuminati's Earth, and then the evil Doctor Strange Earth where everything's gone wrong Earth. Multiverse of Madness. 3 multiverses. Oh, no, you're not counting the whole, oh, we're going through the multiverse and now we're turning into paint and now we're a comic book. Because that's not exploring the multiverse, that's just pictures flashing up on a screen. And it's not even like this extended time in any of those 3 universes is particularly interesting. Especially the evil Doctor Strange universe. Oh, fighting with music. Well, at that point, I probably had checked out of the film because I knew it couldn't win me back. But what a load of bollocks. Who thought up that idea and went, oh yes, that's quality? This film's directed by Sam Raimi. Sam fucking Raimi. And he gave us this. Spider-Man 2 bloke. Now let's talk about Wanda's arc. This has been a debate in the online fan community. Was her arc done well, especially after WandaVision? Now, the big arguments I see from this is, you know, Wanda is the villain in WandaVision, if you actually, like, take a step outside of it, which is an alright argument, and the argument that's also another good argument is the Darkhold we see in the end credits. The Darkhold is corrupting her, that's where we leave her. And this one is really difficult for me. I don't just want to be this pernickety human being that finds a way out of all these things and then just says bad film, bad film, bad film, when that is an explanation. Is it an explanation that doesn't really prioritise story and instead is just a cop-out almost? Oh, she was a bit evil. She read the Darkhold. Now she's evil. I'm willing to just about forgive it, but also I think the way Wanda just completely forgets about Vision is a bit irritating. Sam Raimi has admitted he's only watched key scenes from WandaVision and not the whole plot, which in a way is just a bit baffling on its own. I mean, we as MCU fans are expected to watch the Disney Plus series as homework so it benefits us watching the films, yet the filmmakers themselves, the director, isn't willing to watch the thing that sets up the villain in this film. My mind. But it's this idea that she's so willing to go into the multiverse and look for her children, but there's no other. All of the visions in the multiverse are dead, and you know, like, you really like the love of your life, and now you're just after your kids. Personally, for me, I still don't quite buy Wanda just going batshit crazy and just deciding to kill anyone who gets in her way. That isn't an interesting character arc. We either needed to get there more, or tone it down a bit, or have a better resolution because she kind of just snaps out of it. But the way she just forgets Vision in, like, trying to get to her kids, that really does feel like lazy writing, and for that I really haven't found an explanation for on the interwebs. Also, again, I know I'm nitpicking, but we do end up kind of going back to the whole protecting Vision in Avengers Infinity War problem here. You know, we're not quite going back to we don't trade lives, but it's almost just like we were willing to kill hundreds of Wakandan soldiers just to save Vision. We're also now willing to kill, and this time we actually see it properly, we're willing to kill loads of sorcerers to save America Chavez? Like, yeah, I know we're protecting the multiverse, but again, it feels like I struggle to get past this whole, oh, we're saving this person for the moral right of it, but we're also putting all of these people in danger because that's what heroes do. I'm honestly in two minds about that one, and feel free to criticise me in the comments below, because I know, in a way, you could almost definitely argue that is for the greater good, but it also doesn't sit right for me when, you know, like, just like lives are just being ignored because plot and because action. Look, I know I'm being overly critical, but for me, a lot of the Doctor Strange stuff is fine. I think Christine Palmer has some nice moments. Apart from that, I don't think the America Chavez casting was particularly inspired. I don't think she really brought tons to the role. I don't think the Wanda arc really sits well, or at least needed a little bit more explanation, maybe another flashback or something. And the main problem being, the multiverse is used so poorly that they, like, why? It feels like watching this film ruined, you know, the excitement for WandaVision, the excitement for What If. You know, it feels like we peaked with No Way Home, and if No Way Home is the only thing we got out of these multiverse shenanigans, then fine. But this film, I have said previously I was more excited than it for Doctor Strange. It's probably my most anticipated film for Phase 4. And I still, like, put my expectations down, having seen some of, like, the early buzz about there being, like, less cameos than you think and stuff. And it still thoroughly disappointed me. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. What I would love is if people, you know, like disagree with me, like stick it in the comments. You know, let's have a wee little structured debate. I am very good. I will say this about myself. I'm very good at replying to comments, and let's have a bit of a back and forth. If I'll happily concede some points in the comments below, I'll happily call you wrong in the comments below. But let's have a wee chat about it. I mentioned earlier that What If also didn't quite work for me, and this is a video of me ranking the episodes and also kind of talking about why What If really didn't work as I dissect each of the episodes. If you're interested in that, it's here. Click it. Oh yeah, click it. Click it.